25%, half 50%, 3/4 75%, 1/10 is 10%, 3/10 30%, 7/10 70%, 9/10 90%, 1/5 is 20%, 3/5 is 60%, 4/5 is 80%, a third is 33 1/3%. Do not write that as 33%, that's incorrect. It has to be 33 1/3%. And 2/3 is 66 2/3. Now, one of the more difficult questions come up in percentages are reverse percentages. These are the ones where it's asking you to find the original amount of money. This example I've got here says, the membership of a club has decreased by 8% to 138 members. How many members were there originally? Now, if this question is going back to a previous point in time, it's a reverse percentage one. And to do those, you have to work out what percentage you actually have. Now, everything starts off with an original percentage of 100. Now, in this case, the club has decreased by 8%. So the percentage that you now have, if it was 100%, you take away 8%, you've now got 92%. So 92% equals 138 members. The question wants me to go back to what it was originally. So what I'm going to do is, I know 92% gets me 138 members. I'm going to find 1%. To do that, I'm going to divide by 92. So I will go over here, 138 divided by 92 to give me 1.5 members. Now, even though that answer doesn't make sense, don't round it. You never round it to the very end. So you now know that 1% is 1.5 members. I want 100%. So you times it by 100 to give you 150 members originally. And if you note the way I laid it out, I put original down at the bottom, left a little bit of space. This line was to put 1% in, and this line was for what I have now. Now, we're going to do another one like that. The VAT on a bill is 17.5%. So 17.5%. And the total bill, including the VAT, is 98%. And what the question is saying, what is the bill before VAT? So we're going backwards again. So it's going to be one of these reverse percentages. So down at the very bottom, I'll write the original is 100%. The bill now, it was 100%, it added on VAT 17.5%. So the bill is now 117.5%. And that equals 98. You want to find 1%, so you're going to divide by 117.5. So it's 98 divided by 117.5 to give you the answer that's coming up on the calculator. I will keep it nice and accurate. It doesn't make sense at the moment, but just leave it like that, because you'll round at the end. You want to go from 1% to 100%, so you'll times by 100. Timesing that by 100, it's still in the calculator, just press times by 100, and it's coming up as 3920 over 47. You would not leave your answer like that, so I am going to press the SD button to round it. Now, if I show you what the calculator is coming up as, it's £84 and pence is 2 decimal places. The 4 doesn't change it, so it's £83.40 for that one. Now, you can have fractions questions like this, so I'll show you how you deal with that one. A boy sells a motorbike for £1,200, and this is 3/8 less than he paid. And the question is saying, what did he pay originally? So you're going backwards again. So what did he pay originally? Now, the whole thing, the whole bicycle, instead of talking about 100% now, you're going to talk about 8/8. That's the complete bike. So 8/8, what you're trying to find. He sells it for 3/8 less than what he paid. So he actually sells it for 5/8. And you're told the 5/8 was 1,200. Again, you're going to divide by 5 to find what 1/8 is. So 1200 divided by 5 gives me 240. And you want the full price, you want 8/8, times it by 8 to give you an answer of 1920. Now I'm going to look at some of the harder questions out of exercise 9.4. So if you have your textbooks, you can open them up at 9.4. That would make this a lot easier. I'm going to start off with question 9. It says, a girl scored 92% in a test. So this is question 9. 92% in a test. It tells you she only got 4 wrong. So she got 92% correct. So the bit that she got wrong was 8%. This equaled 4 questions because she got 4 wrong. And the question wants to know, is asking you how many questions were there in the test. So you want to find what 100% of the test was. Find 1%, you divide by 8, so 4 divided by 8 is a half. To get from 1% to 100%, times it by 100, so it's 50. So 50 questions in the test. We'll do question 10 from the same exercise. A shopkeeper bought an article from the supplier. So the original cost will be 100%, pop in the bottom. He sold it for £115. £115. This included 20% profit. So he sold it for the original price plus 20% profit, and it included 15% VAT. So altogether he sold it for 135%. So 135%. Now, I want to work out what 100% was, so find 1. You divide it by 135 to get 1. So 115.92 divided by 135. So 1% of that was working out to be 0.8586. I want 100%. You times it by 100 to give you an answer, nice accurate answer of 85.86. Now, it's coming in the calculator, 86 recurring. That means 86666, and I need to round that appropriately. So it'll be 87. Now I'm going to look at interest rates. There are 2 types. You're going to be looking at simple interest and compound interest. So we'll do simple interest first. This is the one where you work out the interest for 1 year and multiply it by the number of years required. So we'll have a go at this. This example is quite a tricky one. Find the interest earned and the amount in the account at the end of 3 years, 4 months, if the account is earning 5% simple interest per annum, that means per year, and £5,000 is deposited at the start. Now, what I'm going to do here is you're going to do interest for 1 year. So interest for 1 year. And you're told it's 5%, so it's 5 out of 100. Multiply it by your 5,000. So you don't need a calculator for that. That just gives you 250. So each year is 250. You're in for 3 years and 4 months. Now, so 3 years and 4 months. That's the same as 4 out of 12. And putting on terms of years. So that's, you're doing interest for 3 and a third years. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your £250, because that's for each year, and you'll times it by 3 1/3. You can change it into improper fractions. 3 times 3 is 9, add 1 is 10. So it's 2,500 divided by 3. Working that out, 3 goes into 25, 8 times with 1 over, 3 goes into 10, 3 times with 1 over, 3 goes into 10, 3 times with 1 over, and you can just carry that on. So that's the amount of interest that is earned. And the question also said, find the amount in the account. So the balance of the account is what you had originally, 5,000, plus the interest you've earned to give you a balance of £5,833.33. Another example here of simple interest. What is the rate of interest if £700 amounts to £752.50 over 2 years in a simple interest account? So first of all, I'm going to break that down by finding out how much interest was earned. So you had 700, you left 752.50, so you earned 52.50 over 2 years. Now, interest is always worked out per annum. That's for 1 year. So if I divide this by 2, I'll get 26.25, and that's for 1 year. Now, so this here is the interest earned in 1 year of the £700. So I'm going to write that out. So it's the interest rate of the £700 amounts to 26.25. I'm going to put in R for rate. R out of 100. Off means multiply by 700 gives you 2625. Cancel that down. Timesing by 7. Bring that 7 across to the other side and divide. So 26.25 divided by 7 gives me an answer of 3.75%. So I haven't changed my method at all. I'm just working logically through that question there. This type of interest we're going to look at is compound interest. This is when we work out the interest for 1 year and then add it on to the original amount. Then you work out the interest for the second year of this new total, and you continue. So you work out your interest for year 1, add it on, work out your interest for year 2 and add it on, and so on. There are 2 ways that you can answer these questions. I'm going to go through both. Here's my example. Find the interest earned in an account where 6,500 is invested at 4% compound interest for 3 years. Now what you can do, you can go through the long way of writing. End of year 1. You get 4% interest, so 4% of 6,500. So just go 4 divided by 100 times 6,500. So the interest earned there is 260. So the new balance is the old balance of 6,500 plus the new interest, and that gives you a total of 6,760. And then we're going to go again. So end of year 2. So you're doing your 4% off your new balance, 6,760. So 4 divided by 100 times that gives you an answer of 270.4. Make sure you put in 0.40. So the new balance is the old balance of 6,760. Add the interest you've earned that year, and that gives you a total of £7,030.40. And then you just repeat yourself for year 3. So end of year 3. The interest is 4% off your last balance. So times that by 4 divided by 100 gives you an answer of 281.22. So the new balance is the old balance, 7030.40 minus 28122. Sorry, add 28122. So add that 7030.4, adding it on, gives you a new balance of 7311.16. But the question didn't ask you for the balance, it asked you for the interest earned. So the total interest, now you can, if you want, just add up the 3 values, or you could take your total balance, which is 7311.62, if I round it properly, take away what you paid initially, so 6,500. So take away 6,500 gives you an answer of £811.62. Now, there is a much quicker way of doing that, and I'll illustrate that one now. So, every year your account is going up by 4%. So every year your account is going to be worth 104%. Another way of writing that is to write that as 1.04. So at the end of year 1, it's gone up by 1.04, and the end of year 2 is the same amount, and the end of year 3. So I could go straight for the end of year 3. The balance in my account is, it's gone up by this rate for 3 years, that's the number of years goes up there, times what you put in initially. So it's 1.04 cubed times your original amount, and that will go straight to my final balance. So again, the question wants total interest. So the total interest here is your final balance. Take away what you initially invested. Take away your 6,500, giving you an answer of 81162. So that's a much quicker way of doing that. And the examples that follows, I'm going to try to work more on this example here.